And only recently has the screen cracked because I've started taking it out out the case, kind of just as a way to do so much damage to it that I have to get a new one. It's kind of what it is.
Yeah.
I'm not like throwing it on the ground, but it's hard. This thing is slippery. It just falls out of your hand. Even if you're just like, if you're like this, it'll just go.
Yeah.
Like this.
Got to get a case. Good case on there.
But I had a case.
You did?
A lot of wooden cases, actually. But now I need a new phone. But if this is still serving me functionally, I can't. It just doesn't even make sense in my head to get a new one.
I know what you mean.
It's like this
I
one
feel
works.
the same way, yeah.
This one works. Well, it doesn't really work. And like the new iPhones, the phone isn't actually bigger, but the whole front side is a screen. So the screen's bigger.
Yeah.
I like that. Aside from that, I don't even know how they make the new ones better, aside from them having newer, faster processing.
Yeah, if I'm happy with my phone, like the one that I have currently, I probably shouldn't just... Like, I've been keeping these in my pocket, and sometimes I notice they show up on the podcast, and I'm like, maybe I should just have it out.
People think you have a rectangular penis.
They might. They might. I was thinking about that.
That'd be actually... We should zoom in on it sometimes.
Yeah. Like, here, I'll put it back in. I don't know if they can actually see my leg in that camera.
Yeah, we see it.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh, oh, no. Oh, crap.
That would be impressive and just horribly ineffective.
I know, right? Like, what would you do with something like this?
It would have to fold, and it would have to fold.
Even then, though, the ridges, it just wouldn't be functionable.
Well, if it was that rigid,
yeah.
If it was just that but attached, that would be worthless. But if it was made out of the regular material that a regular one is, you could like bend it around and still maybe have
But if it hardened, then you'd have just like this, and then you'd just be stuck.
No, that's not what I'm imagining.
That's what I was imagining.
Like if that was made out of penis material?
Like if it wasn't an erect penis.
Yeah.
Then okay, maybe. But then it would always take this form. So you couldn't do anything with it. Like then you'd just be like
I know, but I'm imagining like the erect penis still isn't as hard as it's not as hard as a phone.
I mean, it's not, but it's still like it's not like pliable, Like
well, who knows if it's that thin and that wide? Maybe it will like the structure won't be able to support as. That's what I'm imagining.
That's another thing. I think there's so many downsides. It would be so bad.
Yeah, I agree.
You'd just be stuck.
It would suck
with like a flap.
Yeah. Just which is it oriented this way? Or I was always imagining it like this.
That's almost even worse. Can you imagine just like just
yeah.
That's awful.
I can't imagine. I have a pretty good imagination.
I'd say I can imagine it, but I don't want to because it sounds so terrible.
Yeah.
It sounds awful.
It does sound awful. And speaking of imagination, that whole bit in the I guess it's 2 episodes ago. When people see this, the hot ones episode.
Mm-hmm.
When I think the camera had cut out, but we were doing the whole bit about tsunami. You remember?
Tsunami.
So I was talking about basically sometimes I'll just say a gibberish sentence and you're like, well, no, what are you talking about? And then I said, well, how long would it take for if there was a pilot flying over the Atlantic Ocean?
I do remember that, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so like we went from you not understanding to you jumping on board to creating this whole fictional story about this hippopotamus-sized woman causing tsunamis and the pilot wanting to kill her and all this stuff. So
yeah.
that's a testament to the creative mind. Who knows if it is genetic or if it is whatever else it would be.
Who knows?
A choice. Probably a choice.
I'd say a choice. I think anyone can make up anything.
Even Larry King. He's dead.
Even Larry King, I think.
He's dead.
I think if someone reincarnated him and somehow like
I don't think you're using
brought
that word
his mind back.
I don't think you're using that word
Doesn't reincarnate mean like he's coming back?
like reincarnation is like this whole belief system about people, yes, being reincarnated, but in a different form or different body.
What if he was reincarnated though in his same form?
Yeah, I think it would work, but I think it's like I don't know how to describe it, but it's people make jokes about God, I don't know how to come up with a good example. It's not what people think it is, even if it's correct. You know, what if we reincarnated Larry King as a turtle? That's what people would think.
It's open-ended. I know what you mean. It is very open-ended.
If we brought him back to life, though, yeah.
Yeah, if we brought him back to life, if we hooked him up to the machine and we got his brain going again and we made sure that his body was able to, withstand, the regular physical world that we live in.
Yeah.
Brought him back. I think he could still have an imagination.
Yeah.
I think that anybody can. I think it just takes a certain number of things. You got to just let your mind go, let it loose, and whatever comes out, comes out. And then
what if it says to murder people?
That's bad. But I mean, if it's in like a storyland, like an imaginary, like someone's writing like
no, but just let your mind go, and you're like, okay, I need to kill these people now.
Then what I would recommend is you stop and you create it. Use it in maybe a creative fashion. Maybe like make a TV show, make a movie.
Make a video game where you can murder people and then do it in the video game.
Exactly. Like there's another. I think your imagination was trying to say something else. That you should do that in a format that isn't in the physical world, because the imagination, remember, doesn't take place in the physical world. So sometimes imagination does not belong in the physical world because.
Okay.
A little bit dangerous.
Yeah, so you gotta recognize that some of the imaginations aren't meant to be transferred.
Exactly.
They're not meant to be used.
It's like South Park. That South Park episode where they're like, Imagination Land is opening, right? Like there's like this portal, and they have to like figure out how to close it, because if all the imagination creatures get into the real world, shit's gonna go down.
Yeah.
Because Imagination Land isn't supposed to directly plug into reality, because then there's some scary stuff in Imagination Land that
that is scary.
Yeah, that aren't meant to be here.
Larry King could handle that. But what that really makes me think about is you said a bunch of shit is about to happen. Is that what you said?
Yeah, shit's about to go down.
Okay, shit's about to go down. Okay, so that's bad, right? Shit going down.
Yeah.
Also, shit hitting the fan is bad.
I'd say shit hitting the fan is even worse than shit going down. Like when people are like,
shit is about to
when
go
you poop,
down.
the shit goes down the toilet.
I mean, and that's a good process, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I think
unless it's in a basement and then the shit goes up.
That's very true. I don't know why people don't say shit is about to go up.
Yeah, if
that
you're just
sounds more
underground,
terrifying.
Shit's about to go up. Yeah, it's not supposed to go up.
That actually scares me more.
In your intestines? In your throat?
That's awful.
Okay, and then there's also like people have a lot of shit to do. Why are they calling the things they're about to do shit? And also like, I got a bunch of shit in my house. Well, you shouldn't. It should be in the sewers.
That one makes more sense to me.
I got a bunch of shit though. And
they're calling it like shit. Like I got a bunch of shit in my house. Like
okay.
It's not like when someone says that, it's not good. Like,
but some people say good shit, and
do.
that means good.
I just thought of that too. Like immediately before you said it, I was thinking in my mind, it was like, what if it's good shit? Some of that good shit that
people say like, okay, like at the end of a conversation, they're like good shit, and then the fist bump, like they get it was a good job, you did a good job, good shit.
Yeah, I mean,
bad shit.
Is there no such thing as, because like there can be a good shit, right? So maybe we're thinking about this in the wrong context. Maybe when people say like, when people say shit is about to go down, right? Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's like something exciting. It's like
shit is about to go down in this house,
and everyone's like, yeah,
shit's about to go down.
Yeah, and then there's like the
it's about to go down, like they're coming,
like it's gonna be bad. Yeah. So maybe it's like there can be good shits and bad shits, just like with a shit. Like if you're gonna have like diarrhea, terrible shit. Right? But if you have a good shit, it's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, normal process, I'm happy. Like,
Yeah, but still people don't like it because it smells bad. Like, imagine if we didn't have toilets, how bad life would be.
it would.
Relatively, obviously. If we
It'd
had
be
all
real
the other,
bad.
if we had all this other technology, but we didn't figure out that shit.